Question 20. There are 60,000 students sitting a statewide examination. If the results form a normal distribution, how many students would be expected to score a result between 1 and 2 standard deviations above the mean? Now you may assume for normally distributed data that 68% of scores have z-scores between -1 and 1, 95% of scores have z-scores between -2 and 2, and 99.7% of scores have z-scores between -3 and 3. That's known as the empirical rule. Now, first thing to note is that 34% of scores lie between z-scores of 0 and 1. Since, of course, 68% lie between -1 and 1, so obviously I've halved that range there, which will mean I'll have to halve that percentage there as well. And also, half of 95%, which is 47.5%, of scores must lie between z-scores of 0 and 2. Now you can see probably what I'm about to do next. Of course, I'll need to subtract one from the other because we're interested in the number of scores between 1 and 2 standard deviations above the mean, not between 0 and 1 or between -1 and 1. So it's like working out a composite area. And to work out the number of scores, it's 47.5%. So that's the number of scores between 0 and 2. And we're going to subtract from that the number of scores between 0 and 1, and that's 34%. And we're going to multiply that by 60,000 since there are 60,000 students. And we obtain 8,100. So the answer is option A.